Hey guys, come here, come here. Shh, shh, come here. I have a confession to make to you. I gotta admit, we're in Leviticus, and Leviticus isn't exactly my favorite book of the Bible. I'm sorry, Moses, but it's not. I gotta confess that to you. I gotta be honest. Leviticus is kinda hard to get through sometimes. It's kind of tough. It's a little bit dry. Leviticus to me is kind of like a scone. You know what a scone is. If you've ever been to Starbucks, you've seen them over there in the display case. Maybe you've eaten one. They're the little dry biscuits, and they're just super dry. And you just eat one, and it just sucks all the moisture right out of your body. And it's like, and it's dry stuff. Even though it's good, it's dry, okay? And I'm a big fan of the Danish family. But out of all the Danish, and I like all things Danish, but out of all the Danish family, my least favorite thing is the scone. It's just so completely dry. And a lot of times Leviticus can be like that. And we're trying to read through it, and we're trying to get through it, and it's just dry. And it's hard, and it's not easy. I'll be the first to admit. Leviticus is a handbook for the priest, and it's telling them how to do worship. How do unholy people approach an incredibly, amazingly holy God? How does that happen? That's what Leviticus is all about. And it over and over, it kind of drives home a couple of points. And the point of Leviticus, I think, is this, that our lives are choice-driven. And either we decide to do our life as worship unto a holy God, or we don't. Okay, it's up to us. Either we obey and view life and everything in life as worship, or we don't. Our choices define and determine our lives. Our choices determine our destiny. It's real simple. And Leviticus kind of lays it out. Obedience, if we choose obedience, it brings protection, it brings provision, and best of all, it brings God's presence in everything we do. Okay, if we choose to obey, if we choose to live our lives as worship, disobedience is going to mess us up. Disobedience is going to separate us from God. So that's Leviticus. It seems pretty clear. We have a choice. We can do life as worship and obey God and do what He tells us to do, or we can choose not to and disobey and live with all that brings into our life. Now, Leviticus is tough, but here's the secret, okay? Here's the secret to eating a scone, all right? It's all about this. It's about a steaming hot cup of coffee by your side. You take the scone that is incredibly dry, and you dip it in the coffee, and all of a sudden, it's wonderful, and all of a sudden, it's doable, and it's eatable, and it's so much better. And it's the same with Leviticus, or anything else that you read in the Word that is tough to understand or just tough to get through. Ask the Holy Spirit to give you insight. Ask the Holy Spirit to just soften the dry parts and to just come along and to give you insight, to give you wisdom, and He will. And so you can make it through. So obey, okay? Live your life as worship. Realize that is what we're called to do. Worship isn't just singing songs. It's not just beating on a drum. It is the way we live. It's the way we treat others. It's the way we talk. It's the way we think. It's all of those things. And if we make the choice to live life as worship, God's presence falls down and incredible things happen. God bless you guys. Giddy up!